First on the agenda for today is House File 702 with Representative Davids. Representative Davids, welcome to the committee. Please introduce yourself for the record and present your bill.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Today I have with me Chester Fishel, who is with Viewcrest Health Center in Duluth, and we have a situation that I'll basically let him explain. We have a situation where 3 nursing homes have had reduced funding, and like I said, I'll have the testifier explain it, but this is a very bipartisan bill. We have Representative Lee Finke, Representative Pete Johnson, and myself. The nursing homes are in our districts here, so I'll turn it over, if I could, Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Chester Fishel.
Thank you. Welcome to the committee, and I do need to officially move House File 702 to be in front of the committee and to be laid over for possible inclusion. Welcome to the committee. Please introduce yourself for the record and present your testimony.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, first of all, thank you. I consider this an honor and privilege. My name is Chester Fishel. I am the administrator at Viewcrest Health Center in Duluth. I'm here on behalf of my care center and 2 others, Ling Bloomston in St. Paul and Chosen Valley Senior Living in Chatfield. We are nonprofit nursing homes that were affected by just some timing issues with the moratorium exception process. We make capital improvements to our building to enhance the lives of our residents and certain infrastructure issues. That goes through the moratorium exception process. It was a very competitive process. There's several facilities that are trying to make improvements. It goes before a committee. Once that's approved, and you get approval from, I think it's DHS, you get to start your project. Once your project is complete, your rates get increased to cover the costs of those projects. Our 3 care centers started our projects prior to January 1 of 2020. In January 1 of 2020, legislature passed a change to the moratorium exception process rate process, I guess. And so we started our project in 2018. The other 2 were in 2019. But all of the projects were completed after the January 1, 2020 change in the moratorium exception process. Due to this, we were put under the old rate system for this process, and it's significantly less financially feasible, I guess. So if our projects would have been approved after the 2020, our rates would have been a lot more to cover those costs. So last year, legislation was passed to make a correction to that, which then it sunsets or it expires May 31st of 2026, which of course our costs for those projects don't end then. So we basically are here today being only the 3 nursing homes in this kind of situation that started our processes before the 2020 change in the rate structure, and would appreciate your support in this legislation.
Thank you, Mr. Fishel, for your testimony. Is there anyone else who wishes to testify on House File 702? Seeing no one, public testimony is closed. Questions for the bill author and his testifiers? Representative Knorr.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Representative Davis, for bringing this bill. A quick question on the rates. There's a grant program. I don't know if nonpartisan staff or someone from DHS can explain a little bit about the process for the those properties that can access the grant program to make sure they meet the qualification.
Mr. Berg.
Mr. Chairman, members, Representative Knorr, you're right, there is what we call the nursing home facility rate moratorium exception process. And periodically, the legislature appropriates a certain amount of funds. It actually goes to the Department of Health who makes this choice. But it's essentially money up front for the change in the nursing home rate when these things happen. And then each one is dealt with individually and approved, or usually approved if there's enough money, by the health department. These 3 are being left in their old rate rather than moving to a updated rate.
Representative Knorr.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to get that clarification because there is that pot of money that is available to some extent for some of the property rate moratorium exceptions. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative Noor. Any other questions for the bill author, the topic? Anything else? Seeing none, Representative Davids, final word.
Well, I would really thank this committee for taking this under consideration. They're kind of just in an area there where they just missed her, and we think that they should qualify for it also. And again, it's Representative Finke, Pete Johnson, and myself that are affected by this, so it's not like we're opening up the whole gate to everybody. It's just these three that kind of got caught. I don't think they get caught. They got caught in the middle, I guess.
Victim of the calendar. With that, Representative Davids, I will lay House File 702 over for possible inclusion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, members.
Thank you.